What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you've been following me for a while, or if you're a new viewer, leave me a like. That helps me out a ton because I do these videos for free. I kind of want to go over a couple basic things today because I know we are up 220 points, and I want to just say, hey, be very careful because we're going into the week where we are sitting on just a support. The support on everything is about to be broken, and I want to show you that in a second. This is pretty much, I kind of just wanted to start off with this on AVGO. One of the support I'm talking about is the 10 moving average. A lot of the Mega 7 has came down to their 10 moving average, and some has broken below their 10 moving average. But now, as we're up 220 points, it's probably not going to hold by the end of today on Friday, or it might actually just start next Monday. But what I'm saying is be very careful. We've literally just been trading in the market for about a week. But now, as we've been going up from 515 to 530, you guys have to remember, we're in 2026 pretty much. We're not in 2022. We're not in 2023. We're at 600 and something in the triple Qs. It is way different. You're going to get a lot of more points in the market off of a low percentage in trading. Off, a 1% almost in the Nasdaq is 235 points now. So that's average. If you're a new trader, make sure you guys are watching your percentages with how many points we're going up. Back in 2022, when we would go up, 100 or 1 point, it wouldn't be that much. Now it's almost double now. So let's actually go over, because I kind of want to explain this before, market close, kind of get this video uploaded. Be very careful within this coming week. We've traded sideways. A lot of the three stocks I was talking about the main week, AVGO, Google, and Apple, have made their rejection down to the 10 moving average. All the market is pretty much doing is trading off with Apple and AVGO. I think there was Meta, I think that was Thursday. Meta just had a pump. A lot of these companies are just balancing out right now. And I talk about it because why? Because, guys, if you are a new trader and if you are watching a lot of YouTubers, guys, I started YouTube because I got so frustrated because a lot of the YouTubers, they just talk about one stock. If you don't know, a lot of these stocks, or actually almost every stock, they all move together. Here's Apple and NVA. Here's the market. Everything moves together and they will balance out before a move. Now, this is something I do want to talk about also, is we're hitting the bottom of support from this old channel. The bears are still in control. We're making a lower high. So let's actually go over it, and this is what I want to explain because I think this is going to be a great opportunity to learn, especially if you're a new trader or a new follower to the channel. And by the way, leave me a like. That helps me out a ton once again. So this coming week, I do want to point out, sorry, I've been sick for 2 days, so bear with me. And man, having a 3-year-old and her coming home sick, you're going to get sick. And yeah, I felt horrible. You can kind of tell in my voice, honestly. But let's start off with AVGO, right? So AVGO, see this 10 moving average. The 10 moving average is right below and is holding AVGO up. If you go to Google right now, the 10 moving average is holding Google up. Or sorry, that was AVGO. This is Google. It's holding Google up. If you go to Apple, right? Apple's 10 moving average is holding it up. If you go to Meta, right? And there's some that are broken. It is about to reject. Let me delete that. It's about to reject off of this 50 and 100 moving average down to its 100 moving average. If you look at Amazon, it is sitting right above its 10 moving average. If you go to Tesla, right? Tesla's a little bit up, but there's still down room. You get what I'm saying? This can reject. Actually, if you want to just draw this channel, that'll probably work out. There you go. It's at a rejection zone. If you look at NVDA, right? NVDA is barely hanging on with no support all the way until 154. So be very careful with this upcoming week. AMD, literally just sitting on its 10 moving average. If you look at Microsoft, right? Sitting on its 10 moving average. Guys, it's about to break. We've had our week where it's just traded sideways, and 48% of the company are at a breaking point. And I know there's going to be those bulls. Well, what happens if that turns into a support? Guys, you need to understand, if Microsoft has one bad day, or Apple has one bad day, or if NVDA decides to say, hey, I'm just going to break this moving average right here and just, not bounce. What I'm saying is it's only going to take one red day out of one of these big stocks, and you're going to see all of the Mega 7 break down into the lower ends of their moving averages. and you'll probably see that's where 590 and the triple Qs is going to come. So this is what I've been talking about for a while now. Now I'm not talking about a stock market crash. I am talking about a market's probably going to go lower down to around 545, and eventually, maybe in the long run, within a 2-month span. But you're probably going to see it come down to around 590, 592. I think it's at 592 now. Yeah, 592. And then you'll probably see where it bounces right there, and then probably does something like this, where it's a bear trend. You'll probably see that, or it could go a little bit lower, make it a little bit lower here, and then come right back up and hit that 10 moving average, and then go down. That's where the bears are going to come in. No, we're probably going to go higher in the market. Well, let's verify this, Jimmy, because I know there's going to be a lot of people that are like, it's not going to happen. So let's actually talk about this big channel, the 2023 bull market. We have not broken it yet. There's a lot of the Mega 7 that are breaking it. NVDA is about to break its 2023 bull market. Where is that? Never mind. Either way, we have rejected 1, 2, 3, 4. There has been 4 points. If you don't understand charting, it takes 3 points to verify the channel. Plus, the older the channel is, the more accurate it's going to be. We have rejected here a lot of times off of this channel. So be very careful if you're a bull, because there is a lot of TA working against you right now. Now, I'm not saying I don't hate, or I'm not saying I hate bulls or anything, but I'm saying it's not in your favor right now by a long shot. Like, there's a lot of the Mega 7 that are about to break literally off their 10 moving average. And honestly, I think NVDA is probably going to be one of the ones that just slaps everybody, because just alone, if this rejects, because there's so many moving averages against NVDA right now, and a lot of other Mega 7. If this starts to reject and starts to push down, just this alone, this is around $15 on the triple Qs. That's how big NVDA is. And that's a lot. And that's just NVDA rejecting. So if you get Apple, Google, and all of them, you're probably going to get a $30 drop in the triple Qs, or maybe a $40 drop. But let's say if you get a $40 drop, right? That's around $5.90 in the triple Qs. Literally. It's basic knowledge when you learn all this stuff. It's really not hard to trade. It's just a lot of other YouTubers don't break it down like this, which kind of surprised, honestly. Not gonna lie. Let's actually check over the triple QE. The triple QE did have a push a little bit. It's probably going to come into a lower high. It's the same thing as the triple Qs, pretty much, not gonna lie. Let's actually go over, there is something I do want to show you. Where is it? I think this is, the unemployment rate went up, by the way. So that's not good for your bulls. That means inflation's coming. For some reason, I can see it over here. I don't really want to go over the charts. Inflation kind of went up too over the year chart. I don't really want to click that because there's really no point. Let's see. Let's actually, yeah, that's really basically it. On the NAS though, I do want to show you this because I think it's going to be important. You will have a lot of walls right here around 25,200 or 150. So just be very careful. You could see something like this where it comes down, probably bounces right there. So if you're trying to play short puts or anything like that, that's probably going to where your first resistance is going to be. And then you'll probably see that 590 in the triple Qs to around 24,460 in the NAS. On the SP500, like I said, there's going to be a lot of support right here around 6,776. But what I'm saying is it's not going to be hard at all to just break those moving averages. When you have a lot of moving averages close together like this, it is super easy to break. Super easy. Now, when a lot of moving averages are spaced out like this, you will reject and find support on a lot of the moving averages. So just wanted to go over some basic stuff because I know it's Friday and yeah, it's Friday. I get today off though. I get Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays off though. On 9 is actually breaking above its 10 and 20 moving average. So if you're trading 9, your next resistance is going to be around 550, around 55. But in the long run, I do see this going up to around 75 to $1.50 in the long run. You're really going to have to wait until this bear trend starts. So just pointing that out also. I know there's a lot of 9 followers on this Discord or YouTube channel. Let's see, where's crude oil? Because if 9's pumping, I need to see if crude oil is pumping. Yeah, crude oil is pumping. Yeah, it hit $60. Yeah, it's breaking out of the 50 moving average. So crude oil is probably going to start pumping into around the $62 range, what I've been calling out for a while now. So if that does happen, look at the moving average right here. This is your 100 moving average. So if it pumps up to the 100 moving average, you're probably going to see 9 probably pump up to its 100 moving average. So let's check it out really quick. And that's around 62, 63 cents. You can see it over here in the green. Yeah, around 63 cents. So 9 has a high chance of pumping up to 62 cents. Now, I do want to say this. If crude oil is pumping and nine's pumping, don't be surprised if you get these hard pumps that are coming in. Let's actually look at Bitcoin too, because I see Bitcoin's rejecting really hard. Actually, it's down 1.3%. Well, same thing as the Mega 7. It is sitting on its 10 moving average. So be very, very careful with Bitcoin. I pointed out probably throughout 2 weeks saying, hey, if this decides to pump up to the 50 moving average or around 95K, you need to rethink your entry and probably wait. You have that opportunity if you didn't sell because Jimmy or Ricky or some YouTuber told you that Bitcoin, or oh my goodness gracious, or those people that are billionaires that tell you Bitcoin is going to go to $250,000 by the end of the year because they're paid actors. Yeah, of course they're going to tell you that. Of course. I mean, guys. Oh, and by the way, I talk about it all the time also. When something happens in a stock, this is why I stopped trading basic off of news. When Microsoft pumped on Thursday, or actually it didn't pump on Thursday, or let's see, actually, yeah, it was Wednesday. Microsoft was at this level right here around 493. It was at the 20 moving average. I was telling you, hey, this is probably going to reject off the 20 moving average. You can go look at my old videos. And it did. It rejected off this 20 moving average, and now it's sitting, I think, yeah, it's sitting right above its 10 moving average now. But every time when you trade, just go look at something in the news. They will always justify the movement off of some news. And it's really not even about that. It's really about the 48% of the market moving together. Just because the market rejected and it's trading off, it's not because of news. I'm just telling you that right now because I know there's a lot of traders out there that saying, well, this is what happened to Microsoft stock today. Guys, I picked that up a long time ago. I've seen some great news in a stock and it would still drop. I mean, the biggest one in the talking error right now is, where is it? See, everyone's talking about this right now. MSTR. Because SMTR and a lot of smaller companies are dropping really hard. Because why? Because this follows Bitcoin. And what I talk about all the time is Bitcoin follows the market. So when we had that really nice drop in the market, Bitcoin started to sell off and this started to sell off. Now, as you can see, like I just showed you Bitcoin's chart, it was above its 10 moving average. This is above its 10 moving average also. But if you go look at the news about this stock, MSTR, they're going to justify the movement of, well, it just had a lot of withdrawals or a lot of big whales are selling. No, guys, it's because Bitcoin follows the market. It's always been like that. I mean, you can go back from 2010 all the way until 2026 and overlap your charts and see it. Bitcoin follows the market. I mean, here, Jimmy, I'll do you a favor. Let's pull up MTR and Bitcoin, right? What do you know? It's the same thing. Same highs, same lows, same movement. Bitcoin had a push right here. MTR had a push right here. Basic movements. So sub to the channel, leave me a like. That helps me out a ton. I do these videos for free just to educate you because I hate other YouTubers because they don't teach you nothing. I mean, I might just go to Google and hopefully pick up, get the algo to pick me up, and I'll just read about, and post about MSTR all the time.